The usual New Year's resolutions. Make 2019 the year you start on your financial bucket list. Certified financial planner Graham Williams from Williams Palmer is here with tips on how and where to get started. So good morning to you.
Thank you, Scott.
Where do you start? You're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I got bills and this and that.
Well, I like the idea of a bucket list, like people talk about skydiving and so on. A financial bucket list is some essential things you could do to make the rest of your life better. The first one that I think is so important is establishing a cash reserve. We like to tell our clients at Williams Palmer about 6 months of expenses held in cash is appropriate, and it's sad to say over 50 million Americans have no savings.
Right. Yeah.
So the first thing you could do is not be in that group and have a little bit more money on hand to deal with emergencies.
So how do you get there? I guess you can get rid of unnecessary expenses like your Starbucks and whatever it is
you
for
can,
you, right?
I think a good audit of all your expenses is a great idea at the start of the new year, and look at the things that you don't necessarily need. One thing we see a lot of these days is these auto subscriptions you might have for something you thought was a good idea, and now it's not, you're not really using it. Look at those things as a starter.
Okay. Yeah. The other thing is you wanted to talk about having as perfect as credit score as you can possibly have. And we were just talking about, I listened to Dave Ramsey on the radio quite a bit. He's the one guy who says you don't need credit.
No, you know,
I kind of disagree with that.
I agree with you. You need credit. I mean, if you apply for a job, you're going to get a credit check. The other thing is credit's going to help you if you do run into trouble. You want to be a good borrower before that, and that means establishing credit. A great score is 850, but in the 700s, and you're going to get better rates. Remember also, rates are climbing, so if you do need to borrow money, you want to have good credit.
Yeah, I think having a good credit score is just an indication of how good of a manager you are.
Exactly. That's what they're looking for. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Getting rid of that home mortgage.
Well, it's the biggest debt everyone has, and I'd suggest that part of a financial plan would be to say, maybe the day that I'm going to be retired is the day I don't have a mortgage. And you could sit down with your planner and work out a schedule where the remaining mortgage you have is paid off. The average mortgage is about $184,000 in the United States. And it's reasonable to say that with a plan, you can be mortgage free going into retirement.
So how do you do that? Just double up on your payments if possible?
Right, or sit down and calculate, maybe it's only a few hundred a month. It's surprising how much that little bit will change the amount of time it takes to pay off the mortgage.
Okay, and then overall just create a financial plan. I would imagine that includes a lot of things.
Financial planning covers income planning, tax planning, debts, investments, retirement, estate planning, risk management. All the pieces fit together to get you to your bucket list on your the life side, all the things you want to do. That's the purpose of a plan.
Retirement, you say 10 to 15% of your income should go to either a 401k you might have through work or retirement savings.
Start with those plans at work that give you a tax benefit immediately and potentially an employer match. And a planner looks at those things and prioritizes dollars from that to the next thing to the next thing, and you build a whole plan around getting as much money available for retirement as you possibly can.
And then it's really important to get rid of credit card debt.
Right. Credit card debt is your biggest problem because a lot of folks don't understand how it works, but if you have just a small balance and you keep using your card, they build up the interest. So you want to be paying those off every month. And a great technique that I like is to create a snowball. If you have multiple credit accounts, you take the smallest balance and you pay it off, and you keep committing the total amount of monthly cash to those debts and watch each one peel away, and it's a great emotional driver to continued good behavior.
Okay. Anything on your website that people can go check out?
We have on our website various things like a mortgage calculator to see if you wanted to speed up your mortgage. And if folks are interested in establishing a snowball, we do have some tools. They could contact us and we would be able to share those.
Okay. What's the website?
WilliamsPalmer.com.
Oh, that's pretty easy. All right. Thank you so much for your time.